So if you have a big inversion, you can stretch that ligament, that tendon there, and then again, nerves take even longer to get better. So again, it'll make you know that this is going to take a long time. So there's inspection, and then palpation of pulses and sensation. So the 8 places that you need to palpate. If you put your hand on the outside of the foot, the biggest bump on the outside is that 5th metatarsal. So that's where your perineals go in, where you can fracture. So on the inside, if you find your medial malleolus and you come down the arch, the next bump you come to is your navicular. So if you have pain over the 5th or the navicular, that's the ones where you got to get a foot series. Okay? So 1 and 2. So 3 and 4 were the medial and lateral malleolus. So the big bumps back here, the big bumps in through here, and then the joint lines. Lateral joint line, pretty knobby, easy to find. Medial joint line, pretty knobby, easy to find. Anterior joint line, kind of hard, but you just connect the dots between your fingers going through there. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Number 8 is all the way up the fibula. So when you get into here, you kind of feel the muscle, you lose the bone, but once you get up higher, you find the bone again. And the nice thing is the fibula is straight, so it should be a straight line. So you just got to keep going up straight. And the place where those mesoneus fracture hurts way up into here. So that's when you got to get a tibia series because the ankle will cut off that. Okay? So inspection and palpation. Questions about that? Okay? So then there's active, resisted, and passive range of motion. It'll be hard to do passive, but we'll describe it. So active range of motion, I'll just pick the left ankle. So say, can you bring your toes all the way up? And can you bring your toes down? So dorsiflexion, plantar flexion. Little toe out that way, Z version. Big toe in this way, which is inversion. So if you want to win a bet and tell somebody that you know which ankle they sprained, perineal strength is probably the way to do it. So basically, put your little toe out this direction, and don't let me push in front as hard as you can.
Oh my gosh, I feel like you're about to break my foot.
So again, as long as you don't like take them by surprise and go poof like that, then you can hurt them. But again, if you say push out as hard as you can, and you have it, and then you can really dial up. So let me see the other side. Little toe out. Don't let me push in. And that's it.
Yeah.
So
that hurts.
Again, so it's one of those that again she's at risk because that perineal is not as strong. So your ankles should be able to tolerate 3 to 5 times your body weight when you jump. So I do not have 3 to 5 times her body weight in my biceps. So again, I should not be able to push harder than her ankle should be. So again, that is weak and it's asymmetric from one side to the other. So even at this time, your ankle sprain was a while back, that still would be beneficial to keep you from having problems.
Oh yeah, I mean I have horrible ankles and feet.
So again, there's resisted perineal. So the best way to check for range of motion or that getting that dorsiflexion up is basically pushing up to see how far up they can go here. But it's extremely hard to do when you're sitting. So I usually have people lay on their stomach and bend their feet up and then push down. So again, their foot is up in here. And that way I can see it. So that way I don't have to put my head on the ground to see. Again, if you have them lay prone, bend their knees up, you can check how much well their dorsiflexion is. So then there's the 4 provocative tests. The anterior groin inversion stress test, and then there's the perineal subluxation and the syndesmosis squeeze. So the anterior drawer, if your hand is big enough, you grab the heel kind of like it's a C-lock, like when you're bagging somebody. You grab the ankle the same way with your outside hand. You stabilize through here, and then you're pulling right in the plane of the joint. So I'm pulling right through here. You can see she moves a little bit through there.
Should I not be moving?
No, everybody moves a little bit.
Okay.
So what I would say is I bet you this one's going to move.
Oh, ow. Whoa.
Again, so she's got some extra give there, which again goes along with the injury that she had. And then with the hand, if your hands are small and their foot is big and you can't grab them like this, the other way you can do this is grab their heel like this and then pull through here. Again, you can do that, but you have less control of the ankle. So again, if you can grab them like that, it's better. So with the hands in the same position, whichever way works for you, the inversion stress test, you bring them up into a little bit of neutral, and you see how much they go there. That's about 20 degrees, not a whole bunch. about the same. So the syndesmosis squeeze and the perineal subluxation test. So the syndesmosis squeeze, the syndesmosis is right up and through here. And so what you do is you knit your fingers behind, you put the front one right outside of the tibia and the back one right on the fibula, and then you kind of twerk it like this. So you're like twisting it like that. So if they got shin splints, it's gonna hurt their shins. But what you're looking for is, does it hurt down here over your tibiofibular ligaments? So that, reproduce it down there. So if it does that, you need to get an x-ray, because again, you may have widened that syndesmosis. And then the perineal subluxation test, toes up, little toe out. And you see that tendon right there? That's the perineal. So when I'm pushing here, I take this finger and just give it a little nudge and see if it pops over. So, that tendon there, little nudge.
If it does, it's.
Then if it pops out, you'll be the fourth one that I've seen, and that actually needs the surgeons to fix to put that thing back together.
I'm glad we ruled that out.
So, and then the functional stuff, can you stand, can you walk, can you go up on your